What is the impact of a company like Sanyo on a community like Salem? They have a $10 million annual payroll. They're spending $84 million in capital investments, goods and services before they get started. That $10 million in payroll will roll over in this community a minimum of 3 times. Some economists say 5 times. I'm a conservative ex-banker. I say 3 times. Well, that 3 times means that there's $30 million going to be spent in this community annually by the employees of Sanyo Solar. That's restaurants and car dealers and gas pumps and doctors' offices and all the other goods and services that people need to maintain a lifestyle in our community. In addition, the money that Sanyo spent developing their property out there, there were 5 of the major contractors that worked on that site that were Salem companies that have been here for years and years and years. And those 5 companies were rather large companies in the area that provided services for the construction of the new building. Those companies all had employees. Those employees all are part of their payroll. They spend their money in this community as well. So you can see, you can go through a project like this and count over and over the economic value that is conveyed to a community by having a project like this. The second one I want to talk to you for just a moment about is Home Depot. We finally got to announce that last month, though I think the word kind of leaked out in early October or late September that who they were. But with respect to the company, and this is something that we deal with all the time, we sign confidentiality agreements with all of our clients, and if they ask us not to say anything about the project, we don't say anything about the project. That's just the way it is. It doesn't matter how many times the media calls us or how many times one of our friends nudges us and say, who is this company? We maintain that confidentiality to the best of our ability. I want you to think about a facility that's 400 feet wide and 1,164 feet long, has 169 dock doors, has a conveyor system on the inside so that when products come in on one side of the building and start to go to the other side of the building, there is never a can of paint or a shovel or a roll of barbed wire or anything that comes in on that inside that stays in that facility more than 48 hours. It goes into a conveyor system that is computerized, and that product goes straight to where it's supposed to go out within 48 hours. That's hard to imagine. They don't accomplish that by themselves. They will have 300 employees working in that facility once it is up and running. So that's 300 more jobs in addition to the 200 that Sanyo is producing. So I think that's pretty good for our economy. And though they're not as high paying as the jobs at Sanyo, these are all jobs that people can still maintain a household and raise their children and buy homes and cars and are all good for the area. So I think those 2 projects by themselves say a lot about this community's ability to attract new industry and new businesses, even in a time when things are not good out there. And believe me, they are not good. We think the jobs picture is probably something that's going to be a tough pill to swallow for a couple more years. We don't see a lot of jobs created with the recovery. But we do see some new prospects that we're working with right now. I'm working with folks in this audience on a couple of them. Projects that will add a couple of hundred jobs here, a couple of hundred jobs there over this next year. And we're very excited about those, and hopefully that we can turn one of those prospects into a win that we can talk to you about it next time I get to talk to you as members of this chamber. Also within the past year, within Marion and Polk County, we have been involved in 16 projects in addition to the project for Home Depot and Sanyo. Those 16 projects had a total of $17 million worth of capital investment involved with them. Only 45 new jobs, but a lot of capital investment. A lot of companies are coming to us with projects. We're helping them find resources to get projects done, and they're adding employees as they can. That's also, in my mind, that's pretty good news for a community that's got double-digit unemployment right now. I remain as positive as I can that the rest of 2010 is going to be a good one for us. I am very confident that we will land at least one, maybe both of the projects that we're currently working on. We certainly have the best sites for them. We have exactly what they've asked for. We are seeing our requests for proposals starting to come back a little bit. There was a period from September through December when we probably saw our 80% decline in requests for proposals coming in. That's companies on the outside looking in to see about locating in Salem. That's starting to come around. The mayor and I and 12 other Oregonians are leaving the end of February. For the first week of March, we'll be in Tokyo to a technology show there for photovoltaics. We're going to take an opportunity to go down and visit with the folks at Sanyo at their corporate headquarters. We're going to visit with the folks at Garmin, or with Yamasa, and other companies that are here from that area that we can see while we're there. These shows are terrifically important to us because we have spent the last 2.5, 3 years getting Salem and the Mid-Willamette Valley to be internationally recognized as a good place to do business. Well, it never hurts to land a Sanyo. And believe me, people in these international communities see that, recognize that, and we think that we have positioned ourselves where they will take a long, hard look at us and the opportunities that we have to offer them here. I have to say a couple of things about the city and what they did, and then also I'm going to talk just for a second about something the state is doing that is good news. As I said, the mayor and her staff and the folks down at the city went ahead and bit the bullet and got the Gaffin Road property ready to go, that 80 acres. Consequently, Sanyo purchased 20, and now they've optioned another 16 acres, so that we think there might be something coming down the road. That's one reason the mayor and I are going to go talk to him in Osaka. But there's still 50 acres, 45 acres roughly on the back that's still available out at that site. It's a site that's served by redundant power thanks to PGE. They stepped up, bit the bullet, put in a new substation out there. So now the one thing that most renewable energy companies want, renewable energy, is there. It's available. Very few sites around the nation have that on site ready to go when these companies are looking for that. So that's about a $7 million commitment on PGE's part to get that in place so that we have that on that site out there. That will also serve another site, which is Mill Creek. I came to Salem 4 years ago and was told that Mill Creek was ready to go and get out there and get it going, you know. Well, unfortunately, we've only had 2 successes in that 4 year. That was the FedEx project and now Home Depot. But the problem wasn't, I don't believe, was any problem that we created. It was in being able to execute a sale of the land. And we finally got that process down. I think we're in better shape out there than we've ever been. The Home Depot project is going to take 50 acres right next to Highway 22. And if you've been by out there lately, you'll see that they've already got their road punched in. They're already starting to do the excavation work on their site plan for their building. That's going to be a tremendous advertisement for that park. They have also received $5 million from the legislature to do some infrastructure work on the lower portion of that site, which is what we call 1A, which is about a 200-acre parcel that is south of Almsville Highway and just east of Kubler Road. They moved 600,000 cubic yards of dirt last fall from the east side of that property over to the west side along Kubler Boulevard for one reason. The east or the west side of that property was in the 100-year floodplain, and they had to get it up out of the floodplain before they can even market it. So that 1.5 million of the 5 million they got is going to has gone to bring that up to level out there. And if you've driven by the park lately, you'll see that that property has been leveled off and is now more ready to go.